Hmm? No, no.
Shreya Upadhyay, if you want to say anything, please write in the chat box.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Shall we begin?
Yes.
I smile is the light in the window of your soul. So let's greet our guest, Mrs. Qamar ji, with a cherishing smile and welcome our lovely participants too. Good morning to all of you present here. I, Fatima Zahir, with Ananya Ahuja, welcome you all to the second day of calligraphy workshop. Before starting, I want to I want to request everyone that please turn on your cameras throughout the session so that we can see your work. So moving forward, I request Mrs. Dagar to please say a few words. Thank you, ma'am. Hand over to you.
To me? Huh? Did you say to me? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Yes. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Very happy to see you again, all of you, whoever is present. What is this happening? Anyways, continue. Yeah. So, yes, today's session, I hope you enjoyed, because this is something, there's like so many aspects to any art form. And we have to understand that not everything can be explained in such a short time. And there were just 5 sessions, and there will be 5 sessions and 3 hours with so many people. It may not be possible to pick up everyone's work, although this is my desire, that we see everyone's work and we discuss and show to everyone. Like I have been saying, this is the most important thing for me, to have a congenial atmosphere where we all work together in tandem. Having said that, so I did get to hear that there were some questions that people were asking. So I think I'm going to ask, without any, wasting any more time, I'm going to ask Ananya to put forward those questions so that I can answer one after another. And then the next part will be that we look at the works of those who were not able to show their works yesterday. Most importantly, I want to tell you, it's not so much about showing your work, as it is important to also listen to what others are saying. Very important to give respect to others as well, because you would want to receive it yourself, right? And when something's being discussed, it's very important, because there's some aspect of the art, whatever we are sharing, that is being discussed. So it is equally important to hear that as it is to actually work. I know, I mean, like I was saying yesterday, that for me, the most exciting part is to be actually working. But since we are, I want to also throw light on so many other aspects. That is why it is important that I, discuss those things. So that is why I request each of you to very carefully listen to that. And if you have any issues, because, this is a spiritual practice. It's a meditative art form, like all forms of art. They are meditative in nature, because they're trying to create oneness with the, a big source, up there. That's what we believe in, right? And that cannot happen if we are, if we're not centered, if we are thinking of so many other things. Very, very essential that you're so engrossed in what you're doing that what happens around you doesn't matter, and what you do not have doesn't matter. What matters is this, this excitement to be able to work, to do something different than what I mean. It's just a, it's a self exploration. Like I said yesterday, it's a reflection of who you are, and it's an opportunity actually to get to know yourself better through this medium. And it's more deep, so it's not frivolous in the sense that, I'll write something and then, oh, I'm very happy about it. But it goes much beyond that, because it's your relationship with your language, with your script, with your culture, and how you see things, like, are you just randomly using words, or do they mean something to you? Are you working at that? So all of these things are very, very essential, and something that we all must actually work at. Pretty much we do not do that, because we are in a hurry to learn this and that and that and that, everything. This is not possible, right? Okay, Ananya, may just please, can you just ask me the first question that you sent me yesterday?
Yes, ma'am, of course. So,
Yeah.
I guess a lot of students have a lot of queries and questions they would like to ask, ma'am.
Yeah.
And it's important to know your guru personally as well. It's important to understand that what she's saying, that this art has a deeper value to itself. And it's not just a normal art you are practicing. You need to understand the depth of it and the meaning. Why are you doing so? So we had some questions, and first question is, at what age, ma'am, you started doing pictorial calligraphy?
Well, pictorial calligraphy, I have to say, whatever sort of I developed. This was much later, when I was in my youth, I guess, much later. But as a child, I always wanted to paint. I wanted to design. I had kind of pretty okay handwriting, nothing to write back home, as they say. But it was neat. I made sure that it was neat and whatever. And I used to make a lot of posters. I mean, this is how my kind of journey started. I made a lot of posters for, I come from a background of classical music and musicians. And so there's like culturally very active household that I belong to. So this was an advantage for me. So it was not just music. It was like there were poets, there were like all kinds of people visiting us, my parents actually. And I did not realize that, I was imbibing something. So it's so important, to be mindful of these things. So I was imbibing a lot without realizing what's happening. And so, it really started from there. And then actually I was lucky, very fortunate. I feel most fortunate that my calligraphy group in the initial part of my, learning was also my spiritual guide. So he was a master calligrapher. He did these traditional togras. Togra is a typical calligraphic uh, form. You not really like, it's like a you can almost call it a painting, but it's like a collection of Quranic verses that are brought together, like an amulet you wear for you on your body. This is for the house. This is what he usually created. And what my earliest memories of those moments is that, I used to get lost just looking, what he's doing. Seeing him at work was like fantastic, because just in a plain paper used to transform into like pieces of art in front of me, or not just me, but my siblings, everyone who was there. We had a very busy household, a lot of people around all the time, so it is very, very lovely, and I enjoy that. But coming back to this, so then he usually his works were, he would ask people to make circles. So he was very particular about even who will do that circle for him, and how they should be. And so most of the time was actually gone into creating those circles. When he actually started to write, it looked like printed work, and it was like magnificent, because it was the precision, the speed, the power, all of that. It was just black ink that he was using. And so sometimes there were markers, sometimes there was like normal columns that he used. And it was amazing to see him at work, because suddenly plain paper transformed into something so beautiful and something so precious. So it was very, very fascinating to see him at work, and I did not realize what I was learning through that. And what I remember was that he asked me to hold the qalam in a certain way, and if I did not do that, he would get angry, because he said should keep a distance and whatever. And until today, being a bad student, even now, I mean, I somehow I feel more comfortable holding it closer to, to the paper, like that. So these are my earliest memories. And what he told me beautiful things. Like I learned also from my not calligraphy, but many things, many aspects of life that are so important, and that are that reflect in the way you are, in the way you work, in the way you see things. He said, like, do not try, just whatever, whenever you feel like working, that is the most precious, most beautiful. And you should not wait for the best situation, best time, best paper, best pen, because in that process you lose that precious moment that you think is not so important, and other things are. So this is a very essential point. That's why I was, I was insisting that even if you do not have the calligraphic pen or any such thing, but you have, I want your enthusiasm, I want your attention, I want your, uh, sincerity in, doing what you're doing. Are you present there really? So these are the things that are, I understand the value today more than I did at that time, because being a child, I was like, interested in so many things around, and only when he was at work, I was totally concentrated and I wanted to see. So this is one influence, major influence. Of course, my parents always taught me good things, to be respectful of course, when you are doing something, that's one thing. So you have to discipline yourself, do it right, dedicate yourself to doing something well, but always respect the other, even those who are doing something completely different. You should be mindful and respectful. That is very important. Even if you do not understand, you may not like it, whatever. But this basic, uh, you know, basic manners, I would say, it's very, very important. And this is something that they very really heavily stressed on, that, be respectful. Do not give anyone the feeling that you are not liking it. You may leave very quietly, or things like that. So I think this is beautiful, and this makes a lot of sense to me now. And I try and imbibe, I try to follow these points, and I don't know how much I succeed, but at least whoever I interact with, and with my students, and I, of course, along with the art, these are very essential things. And I belong to the Guru Shishya system of learning more than, I didn't go to any, school as such for calligraphy. There aren't many anyways. And what I have started to do is very different from the usual calligraphy. So there was no school really, but I think just the fact that I was fortunate to have that kind of atmosphere in my house and such great people, who mentored me in a way. So that helped me. I hope I have put across my point.
Yes,
Thank
मैम,
you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
जैसे कि आपने सुना कि हाउ मैम्स जर्नी वाज और कैसे मैम के गुरु थे और मैम ने सीखा है, मैम ने भी गलतियां की हैं एंड इवेंचुअली शी एंड here she is one of the top most calligrapher in India and across the world, of course. Ma'am, do you still feel like there's a
Ananya?
Yes, Fatima.
Yeah, one thing, I think Tushar wants to present something. So first we have that presentation because it's for students only.
What is it?
It's a poster. Tushar wants to present it. That's why. Just for 1 minute now.
What is it? Take position and use plain black.
Yes, ma'am. And he's describing how to sit when you take
how
this session.
yeah, this is the back setup that you can go for, guys. Like you can place your phone on something, like the book is here at present, and you can like draw or use the chart or something. And if we go for the front setup, then it shall be like this. On the front look, it shall be looking like this. You can make such kind of cardboard cutout. That's very easy to make. Just take a cardboard, fold it, and make a cut on it. It shall act like a phone holder and become easier for you to interact and take the best efforts from the workshop itself. Thank you, ma'am. Sorry for disturbance.
Okay. Yeah.
Really sorry, ma'am.
No, not at all.
Yes. So what we were discussing that Abhi, do you still think that there's a lot to learn, and do you still feel like कि अभी भी गलतियां होती हैं and
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ये बहुत जरूरी है ऑफ कोर्स मैं तो अपने स्टूडेंट्स से कहती हूँ आप गलतियां करिए क्योंकि फिर उसके बाद आप उससे सीखते हैं आपको कुछ सीखने को मिलता है तो ये बहुत जरूरी है कि आप क्योंकि जब आमतौर पे ऐसा आई मीन दिस माय फीलिंग दैट आप जब कुछ गलती करते हैं उस वक्त somehow you are more concentrated because you've made something you've done something wrong so you're more kind of mindful and then at that time if you get the right guidance and if you are able to hold on to that that will remain with you forever so it is important and it's very normal for people to make mistakes the best of the best make mistakes and it is absolutely normal it is fine I mean this is how I look at it and this happens to me until today when I create something of course this is a teaching session but when I'm in that mode where I'm creating something and I have a theme in mind and I feel this is the way to go about it and pretty much I think almost 100% you can say that when I look at it after 5 minutes like I think okay now this is done and mostly I'm not satisfied and I think okay I could have done this like that I made a mistake here and there so it is an ongoing process and thank God for it because if then if it's like perfect and like there's nothing beyond I think stagnation comes in and that is not a very good thing I mean where does that lead to तो इसलिए बहुत जरूरी है कि आप एक स्टूडेंट के आपका जो माइंडसेट है चाहे आप कितना भी आगे बढ़ जाए आपको हमेशा एक जिज्ञासा होनी चाहिए कि आपको और बेहतर करना है आपको और सीखना है कहाँ है जो गलतियां हुई हैं कहाँ है आपको जो सुधार करना है हमेशा सुधार सभी को करना है इसी वजह से तो हम कहते हैं कि हर रोज आपको प्रैक्टिस करना चाहिए और एक उसी मतलब मोड में रहना चाहिए अगर आप उसमें नहीं रहेंगे तो जाहिर है कि वो बात नहीं आएगी जो आप लाना चाहते हैं, जो आप करना चाहते हैं, जो आप देखना चाहते हैं, उस पर क्रिटिक करते हैं, जैसे किसी का काम है, अच्छा ऐसा है वैसा है, बट व्हेन यू एक्चुअली गेट डाउन टू डूइंग इट, ये कुछ काफी मुख्तलिफ अलग होता है। और ये सारी चीजें बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, एक टू बी माइंडफुल, टू बी अवेयर ऑफ योर ओन सेल्फ फर्स्ट, यू नो कि वेयर डू आई स्टैंड। चाहे कुछ भी आप कर रहे हैं, चाहे आपको अप्रिसिएशन मिल रहा है, चाहे आपने कोई आप यू हैव अचीव्ड समथिंग, बट फिर भी देयर इज स्टिल long way to go, always there room for improvement, always a way to understand yourself, your language, your culture, your script, all of that. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not going to say please make mistake every day of your life, but at least you know, you should you know, you should not feel intimidated if you have made a mistake. There's always an opportunity to learn from that. Okay.
Like you see that children are more inclined towards modern art and English calligraphy these days. They're not mostly into, like, they don't even like to study Hindi.
Yeah.
But still they don't like it. So what is the reason they should think about doing Hindi calligraphy or Urdu calligraphy? Because it's the basic interest that is coming up. Karna hai. So what do you have to say about that?
So, you know, you've asked many interesting questions within one question. Actually, and this, like, very importantly, it, like, Hindi, or no, we are very fortunate in India that we have so many scripts, right? No other country has that you know, khazana. And imagine, you know, but why should we not work in Hindi or Urdu? Why should we always talk of the you know, Latin script or the English script? It is a beautiful script, but that holds true for any script you pick up across the world, from across the world. No, जितनी भी आप कोई भी लिपि देख लीजिए, भाषा, हर भाषा अपने आप में खूबसूरत है, और उसकी लिपि खूबसूरत है, उसकी स्क्रिप्ट बहुत खूबसूरत है। और ये आपको ये समझना है, मतलब आप थोड़ा सा ना, आप क्योंकि थोड़ा मैच्योरिटी आना चाहिए, जैसे जैसे आपके साल बढ़ रहे हैं, आप जो भी आप पढ़ रहे हैं, उसमें भी जब आपने नर्सरी में शुरू किया था, उसके बाद आप आगे बढ़े, आपने कुछ और किया, तो करते गए ना, क्लासेस बढ़ती गई, तो यानी आपकी मैच्योरिटी लेवल इज आल्सो इंक्रीजिंग, राइट? तो अब समझदारी बढ़ रही है। तो अगर ऐसा हो रहा है, तो ये एक आपकी ये लाइफ है, और विद इन दैट एक ये भी लाइफ है जो एक इंटरनल पर्सनल लाइफ अबाउट हु यू आर and where are you going, what direction are you taking, or how connected do you feel to your environment, to all these very important aspects. जो माहौल जिसमें आप पलते बढ़ते हैं, वो आपके साथ हमेशा रहता है, और वो सबसे खूबसूरत है, चाहे आप उसको उस लिहाज से ना देखें। जैसे आप सब बोल रहे हैं, अंग्रेजी में ही बात होती है, अंग्रेजी में ही काम करते हैं, लेकिन आप उसको थोड़ा अटेंशन, यू नीड टू गिव अटेंशन जस्ट टू द स्क्रिप्ट. डोंट मेक एनी यू नो, पहले से मत सोच के रखिए कि ये क्यों करूँ, तो अच्छी नहीं, मुझे अच्छी नहीं लगी. आप ध्यान तो दीजिए, आप उस तरह से दीजिए जैसे अब मेरे लिए जो ये स्क्रिप्ट है, और इसमें जो हर अक्षर है, हर लेटर है, वो मेरा पर्सनल फ्रेंड है, जैसे वो आपका भी फ्रेंड है, क्योंकि आप नर्सरी से उनको जानते हैं, अपने बेस्ट फ्रेंड से भी ज्यादा आप इन लेटर्स को जानते हैं, इनका एवोल्यूशन धीरे धीरे हुआ है, और कैसे आपसे उनका कनेक्शन हुआ, कैसे आप जानते हैं. वही अक्षर जो आप एप्पल जिससे आप लिखते हैं, उसी से आप कितने और आर्किटेक्चर लिखते हैं, आर्किटेक्चर के आप उसके डेप्थ में जाओ तो मतलब क्या 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 पॉसिबल है. जाहिर है हर कोई ऐसे नहीं सोचता, लेकिन आप कम से कम ये कर सकते हैं कि आप इसको इस लिहाज से देखें कि ये एक मैं काम अच्छे, इट्स द आर्ट ऑफ रिफाइनमेंट. refinement is something that, something that when you first started to write and you write it for the 10th time or the 100th time, can you see the difference if you're really like concentrated, you're like really doing what is expected of you? आप में वो तब्दीली आ रही है ना, क्योंकि आप वो देख सकते हैं कि आपका लिखना भी बेहतर हुआ और आपका देखना भी बेहतर हुआ, कि आप देख सकते हैं कि हाँ ये इतना अच्छा नहीं था, ये इतना अच्छा। यही प्रैक्टिस मैं हर वर्कशॉप में हमेशा कराती हूँ, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है। और जैसे अपने एक सेल्फ क्रिटिक होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, और इस वजह से और कोई दूसरा भी अगर आपको कह रहा है तो आप उसको समझिए कि क्या क्यों कह रहा है कोई। आप जैसे अभी इसमें रैंडमली जो पता नहीं कौन कौन कहाँ कहाँ है, अगर वो भी आपको कमेंट करके कुछ बता रहे हैं, टेक दिस एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी कि आपको ये कोई आपको आपके काम को इस तरह से देख पा रहा है और उस पर कोई कमेंट भी कर रहा है। तो ये वाली बातें, think positively, think that there is always room for improvement, there is always an opportunity to learn. तो ये बहुत बहुत ज़रूरी है। तो इन बातों पे ध्यान दीजिए और उसके ज़रिए आप मतलब अंदरूनी तौर पे आप कुछ आपकी तब्दीली आ रही है, रिफाइनमेंट हो रहा है, वो शायद उस वक्त ना दिखे लेकिन बाद में दिखेगा। तो इतने अंग्रेजी पे मतलब ज्यादातर लोग मुझसे भी कहते हैं, और मैं कहती हूँ मुझे अंग्रेजी नहीं आती है। इट्स नॉट टू से मुझे अंग्रेजी नहीं आती है, लेकिन जो माहौल में मैं पली बड़ी, विच इज वेरी रिच बिकॉज इट वाज लाइक गंगा जमनी तहजीब, वेयर देयर वाज, that's how I see it, that's how it, but what makes me so excited कि जैसे हिंदी है वो लेफ्ट से राइट लिखा जाता है, उर्दू राइट से लेफ्ट लिखा जाता है। तो ये मेरे लिए ना बड़ा it's very exciting. It's like coming together of two streams, and they amalgamate as one, and उसके बाद फिर वो ना they keep their identity intact. It's not that कि वो कुछ और बन जाता है, कोई और स्क्रिप्ट हो जाता है, नहीं। ये हमारे एडवांटेज है क्योंकि हम ऐसी जगह पर पैदा हुए जहाँ इतने सारे इन्फ्लुएंसेस थे, और तो ये हम दिस इज टू अवर एडवांटेज, दैट डजंट हैपन टू एवरीवन। सो दिस इज समथिंग टू सेलिब्रेट, समथिंग टू बी प्राउड ऑफ, एंड माय वर्क्स आर एक्चुअली आई सेलिब्रेट दिस थ्रू माय वर्क्स, दिस इज हाउ टू पुट इट। तो अब कोई भी स्क्रिप्ट को मेरा एक रिक्वेस्ट है कि एक तो हमारे अपने देश में इतने खूबसूरत स्क्रिप्ट हैं, कोई भी आप पिक कर लीजिए, उस लिपि देखिए कितनी खूबसूरत, चाहे आपको समझ आए या नहीं आए, आपको ये तो समझ आ जाता है ना कि अच्छा लिखा हुआ है या बुरा लिखा हुआ है। तो ये किस्म का एक इन्वॉल्वमेंट है, और उसके जरिए फिर आप बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं। तो देखिए सदर्न भाषाएं जो हैं हमें नहीं आती क्योंकि हम नॉर्थ इंडिया में रहते हैं या हम यही भाषा जानते हैं, लेकिन इसमें कितनी खूबसूरत बात है कि आप उसको फिर भी जो स्क्रिप्ट को देखकर आपको खुशी महसूस होती है कि किसी ने अच्छा काम करा है, किसी ने अच्छे से लिखा है। तो ये वाली बातों को ध्यान रखना जरूरी है, रिस्पेक्ट बहुत जरूरी, ये मेरे लिए मतलब एक लाइक वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग्स इन लाइफ, टू अर्न लाइक फॉर द पर्सन टू अर्न रिस्पेक्ट एंड फॉर द अदर टू गिव रिस्पेक्ट। या ओके अनन्या?
तो जैसे हमने बताया कि इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू रिस्पेक्ट एक्चुअली, तो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम सिर्फ यहाँ कैलीग्राफी नहीं सीख रहे, वी नीड टू रिस्पेक्ट व्हाट ओपिनियंस मैम हैव टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट लाइफ इज एंड व्हाट ब्यूटी दिस आर्ट होल्ड्स। तो वो चीज हमें समझनी जरूरी है, और आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन टू रिस्पॉन्ड व्हाटएवर मैम आस्क
यस
while the workshop is going on. तो उस
yes
करो, खाली अपना आर्टवर्क नहीं दिखाना। We should try to actually give this session a very interactive kind of vibe. तो करना कि we are responding to every question मैम asks, कि किसी का क्रिटिसाइज करना है वो कि अप्रिशिएट करना है, वो दोनों चीजें हमें करनी है, ठीक है? So make sure to keep this in mind. Also, ma'am, we have a question from Gopika that how was your experience when you first learned the script?
Uh, I am basically curious by nature. I want to know many things. I want to do many things. And I think this is how it may have started. That, and I have to tell you that the posters that I did earlier for music programs and things, so they were mostly Latin script. It was written in English, sometimes also in Hindi, but it was like that. But it was interesting, how, I mean, I used to kind of analyze. Now I'm thinking, at that time it was just, how different it is, the Hindi script looks so different. एक उस पे लकीर ऊपर से आती है, अंग्रेजी अलग तरह से लिखी जाती है, और अपने आप में मतलब they are beautiful. English also such a beautiful script, the Latin script. So ये वहां से ही शुरू, ऐसे मैं कह सकती हूँ कि जो मैंने पहला मतलब जब I started to bring it together, so I'm just sharing this something very personal in a way, that I showed this work to somebody who was actually a gallerist, a gallery owner, so he knew what art is all about, visual art, and I thought he's the right person to ask this question. And he was very keen, he was a big fan of my family, for my father and uncle, and heavily into music. So I thought he's somebody I should ask. And when I told him that I'm bringing together Hindi and Urdu, so because I was so unsure, I thought maybe this is something not probably not right, but I don't know, I'm excited to do this. So, but his reaction was, but it's nice, but why are you bringing together Hindi and Urdu? Why are you diluting? That was kind of intimidating. And I stopped working for a while. Then my family, my friends, they asked me to, just follow my heart and not, pay attention to one or two random comments like that. Because if I want to follow my heart and this is what I want to do, I should do it. So, but when I started to work again, it was, my desire to bring together the two scripts. So then I was sure that this is what my calling is, and this is what I want to do. So my first work that I did was called Khushi. And one very kind of interesting incident attached to this is that, this friend, she said, I want you to work. So you come and be with me, because she always thought that, no, I come from a family of, joint family, and there's like lots of people. And this is, this is what my, I mean, this is the atmosphere that we were brought up in. So my parents, my mother, my father, they always told us, even when we were doing regular studies, that, this is a household that will always work like this. We will have people coming and going all the time. So we have to find our way to concentrate on our work, do our studies, find a way to be peaceful within, and find a peaceful corner wherever you find, and work. So in a way, most people will find that strange, but I guess that in a way that was to my advantage, because that helped me to sit and work anywhere. If you're concentrated, doesn't matter, you have like 100 people around you, because suppose you want to it's not a guarantee that you will be in a very beautiful room up in the mountains, and peaceful and beautiful, that you will be able to work. This is not a guarantee at all. It may help, yeah, to a certain degree, but personally for me, this is how it was. And my friend felt that, poor thing, she has these people around, and okay, you come and we are not talking, we are only working. And it started really like that. And then I said, no, I will sit with you, I will chat, I will still work. And she found that she thought I've gone crazy and I'm mad. But actually, this is the thing, I mean, I was talking and then also working like that, scribbling, and then Khushi happened. And then she was surprised, so was I, because that was my first ever word to interpret. So it was like a dancing girl. So I it was all in Hindi actually at that time. So unfortunately, I don't have the image, otherwise I would have shown you. And yeah, that's what it is.
So we have got some beautiful insights. इतनी सारी stories सुनने को मिली की बातें, which was like interesting for us, and even ma'am was like reminiscing all those thoughts. Went on from being a child and learning personally, and now she's teaching you eventually. So it's a great opportunity for you all from ma'am, apart from art as well. How was experience? How was her journey throughout this doing this art? And with this, we'll keep on asking you questions while
Yes,
doing the art. And I think we should begin with the work.
absolutely. Whoever has a question, please feel free. I like this interaction, and I want happy, congenial atmosphere. I want everyone to be involved. I want to see everyone's work. I want to share everyone's work. And yeah, let's have a good time together. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So please, all those who were not able to show their works yesterday, I want to see their works first before we tread into anything else. And please be mindful of the fact that there's a large number of people, from what I understand. Obviously, it will not be possible to see everything, but to listen to what is being said, because even when this workshop gets over, these things will help you. Whatever is being discussed will help you in, create. Suppose you get interested, so it will help you to, work in this direction. This is what I want to say. So let's start, right?
Yes, ma'am. Also, while you just mentioned that it might interest you in after this as well. So we have Ashika Jain who wants to ask, after 5th June also, how can we learn? So we'll take up those questions while doing the workshop. So let's begin. And we have Radhya who wants to show her work first.
Yes, yes.
We'll add spotlight.
Hello. I can't hear you. Please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, she's unmuted, but I think...
Okay, you can show the work at least. Okay. But I would like to converse, Yeah.
I guess there's some technical glitch with Aradhya. Samriddhi Batra would like her work. So, yeah, she is. So, Samriddhi, can you please raise your hand? It becomes easier for us to spotlight you.
Aradhya. Okay, now she's back there. Please bring it closer to the screen. Yeah. I have to wear my glasses. Okay. Just go ahead and check this. Yeah. This is Aradhya. No? Okay, I'm looking at Aradhya first. No? All of you, please wait. We are now discussing Aradhya's work, and I want everyone's attention, and I want people to say what they feel. So be kind of say, even if they're not such very positive things, but in a manner that doesn't hurt her, but something that she learns. Okay. Okay, Aradhya, I want to ask you two of your favorite strokes and two less favorite strokes. These are your favorite strokes?
Radha, we can't hear you. Can you remove
Cannot hear you.
phones? I guess that's the problem.
Actually, and two less favorite strokes?
She's giving the reason, but then.
I cannot.
Aradhya, can you please remove your earphones? We can't hear you.
Hello, Aradhya.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, now we can.
Yes. So we are happy to see your work, that you worked at it and you wrote Urdu for the first time. But I can very clearly see that you started to write from left. Did you not, the Urdu script?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means you were not concentrated yesterday. I told you it is written from right to left. The stroking happens right to left also, and it is written from right to left. But anyways, we will still discuss this, and you tell me what are your favorite strokes.
Ma'am, this stroke and this stroke was my favorite, ma'am. These two strokes, because it was very easy, and we can draw it in freehand also, ma'am.
Okay, and now less favorite two. Show me two of your less favorite strokes.
I don't think so, ma'am.
Oh, that's sweet. But okay. So what do you remember from yesterday? What we discussed?
We discussed about matras, ma'am, and like you told like Jahapana and all, like which symbol shows you like crown of the Jahapana and all, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the thing that you remember the most. Anyways, Asha, now tell me the Hindi script that you have written. What do you think of it? Which one is your favorite?
I think this one, ma'am.
Why?
Because it is like very specific, and it is very complicated, ma'am, and it's very beautiful to see, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I'm very happy to talk to you, and I'm happy that you very enthusiastically wrote this, the Urdu script, especially because you're writing for the first time. And also, but be mindful of what is being discussed, right? So it's very important. So it's written from right to left. Stroking happens from right to left, what I was showing you yesterday. Hindi is written from left to right. And so very interesting aspect, the dandi that is on the top, like where you have that. So, this whole pictorial calligraphy is about innovation, how you can write differently, but you have to remain true to the basics. That has to be there at all times. It should be discernible. It should be attractive. We should know the beginning and the end of the stroke, how well it has been taken. All of these are important. Okay, it shows your level of confidence also, and the speed with which you have written. I can see you were writing very fast. That's not the idea always. Okay, you have to go slow. Okay.
Okay.
And okay, thank you very much, but I want others to respond to her work, please. Mahira. Hi, Mahira.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to respond to Aradhya's work?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, she did her work very nicely and it was very beautiful. I like her. One second. I really like her 11th and 12th stroke.
11th and 12th stroke. Can you point that out, please? 11th
Ma'am, in the second line, the third and fourth one.
Okay.
Yes, these ones.
And why do you like it?
Mama, I like.
Do you like the shape of the letter,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
you like the way it has been written?
Mama, like the shape of the letter and the way it is written.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you for your input. And what about others? Yeah, anything else? Yes.
And the first four ones, I actually didn't really like them, but they were good. She tried hard. They were very good.
Yeah, I'm happy for this honest, reaction. It should be said in a manner that doesn't hurt, but you put across the point. Okay, that's very good. Yeah, good. Or have you also done something? Okay. Okay. All right. So good.
Mahira, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay, Aradhya, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Mahira.
Yes, ma'am.
Show your work.
Ma'am, I have done Hindi and
stick to
Urdu
that.
also.
No, keep that Hindi thing on the screen.
Yes,
yeah. I want to ask you the same question that I ask everyone. Your favorite strokes and less favorite strokes, and why?
Ma'am, this was the beginning, so I didn't really know how to do it, so I didn't like these strokes, but in the end, when I did this one, I really liked this the most one.
I agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what about the other side?
This one.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have to remember that your work should not be cluttered. Okay? This is very important.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much, Aradhya. Let's look at other people's work. Who's this here? I cannot see the name.
Thank you, Mahira. Bye.
Thanks, sir. Who's this? Samriddhi. Okay. Can you rotate it towards the left, one side? Yeah. Yes. Oh, no. On the left. Yes. Okay, yeah, just a little far. Yes, too close. Acha, now same question as everyone is getting. Favorite and less favorite, and why? Yes, and I want others also to respond.
Ma'am, this was my favorite actually. I have done this in one stroke only, and freely I've done this, and this one and all these three were not as my favorite because they are more typical than all these, and I have to complete it after handling it. That's why.
Okay, but can you share your experience of writing Urdu?
Ma'am, it was good and amazing. I have done this all. That's why I think it's beautiful when you do it first time. For the first time, I think it's good. What I have done is.
Yes, I think for somebody who's like writing for the first time, but like I said, please pay attention to what is being said and the basics. Like for instance, it's written from right to left, and I can see the stroking from left to right pretty much throughout.
Ma'am, I forgot it. And
yes, so please do not forget. I can see that here, and yeah, but I'm happy that you made an attempt, and I want others to respond to your work. Please, others, whatever they want to say. Yes. Please say. I can see people have raised their hands to make a comment or what?
They want to show their work, that's why they have raised it.
Yes, yeah. And another thing, like I observed yesterday, I'm equally keen to see your work, but please be mindful and respectful of what is being shown and who is there's somebody showing their work. You wouldn't want others to not look at your work and not be attentive, right? So you have to do the same. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else with a comment here?
So
Sorry. She could have tried a little.
Samrithi's work, I guess it's nice, but she lost a sense of
I can't read. Yeah, this interaction is important. What people are saying.
most of that it's awesome, beautiful, and attractive. But as ma'am said, it's important to understand that you are doing it right to left, because that's the major part of the art.
I cannot unmute my mic. You will have to do it yourself, my dear Gopika. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now let's get on to the next. Thank you so much, Samriddhi, for showing your work. I think we have to move on to Harshita now. Hi, Harshita.
Hello,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, hello. So same question to you about your experience, your favorite and less favorite strokes here. And I want others to respond.
Ma'am, I have written Urdu for the first time. I was nervous, ma'am, but when I saw in the beginning, it was not going very nicely. And then when I came down, ma'am, it come out very nicely to me. And my favorite strokes are these two.
I cannot see. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, these two.
Why are they your favorite?
And because they came out very nicely, and when I did it first time, it was very easy for me to do it. And the less favorite was the first two one, and because I tried it for first time.
And what have you used? What kind of pen have you used?
I've used watercolor.
No, the instrument you used. What have you used?
Some brush.
It's a brush. Okay. Well done. But again, you started from left, like others are doing. You started to write from left because in your stroke, I can see that. I can very well see it's written, started from left to right. So that is very essential. You have to at least understand that this is how it goes. My life, my rules. No, not your rules. Okay, please write again, and compliments to you for having written this. Okay, Jatil, my lords. Okay, we will, all I want to say, looking at this Jatil and whatever you wrote, that, this is an important visual art, okay? And in visual art, you have to pay attention to air, light, and space. It should not be cluttered. There should be, your work should breathe, okay? And should be visible to you and to others. And there should be a focal point, okay? So all of that was, like randomly written. So be mindful of that. I think your Hindi obviously is better written than your Urdu, but compliments all the same. Okay. Anyone else who want to respond to the Harshita's work? All is very beautiful. Her work is beautiful. So you're getting a lot of compliments, huh? Okay, Harshita, thank you very much. Now we move on to Ekagrata. Well, what names, man? Ekagrata is such a beautiful name. And it's very neat work. Okay, Ekagrata, your favorite strokes and less favorite strokes and why? And your experience of writing Urdu.
And my favorite strokes is these two because it's a little bit easy for me.
Yes.
And my two least favorite is these.
Why? Why are they less favorite?
Because there is curved shaped, and I cannot draw curved shape very neatly.
Okay, so many of them are curved shapes, but what is important is the balance. I think the oo, chota oo is pretty well written as opposed to the other one. What is important is the balance. Yeah, it should be, instantly you can figure out, okay, there's something not right. The balance not there, right? But overall, yeah, nice. And what about the Urdu?
Ma'am, I didn't like my anyone.
Oh, lovely. No. I think I see a lot of confidence in the way you write. Okay, whether it's Hindi, Urdu, you're writing for the first time. There, obviously, I cannot say I will not directly say, okay, I agree with you, because I want to encourage you and I want you to write it well. Having said that, the hey, the choti you have written, I think that's quite nice, as opposed to everything else that I see here. But yeah, I'm happy that you have this mindset that you haven't written well. This is good.
Thank you.
Very nice. Anyone else who wants to say something, please respond to her work. Urdu third character. No, amazing work. Neat work. Yeah, neat work is what I feel also.
Thank you, ma'am.
So Ekagrita work is beautiful. Wow, these are the messages I'm reading out. Wow, very nice. So good, very good. So who's next? Thank you very much, Ekagrita. Who's next now?
Ma'am, now it's Vedahi.
Vedahi, okay.
Please unmute yourself.
Hello, Vedahi.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you doing? Okay, so now same question to Vedahi. Your favorite, less favorite, and your experience of writing Urdu.
Ma'am, I wrote it for the first time.
Yeah. And how was it?
This is, ma'am, this is my favorite strokes.
The first one.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you like it?
Ma'am, because I did it freehand and it's just in one stroke.
Okay, and I'm happy that you started from right to left. This is something I am noticing that the others haven't done. Okay. Importantly, I'm repeating again, the stroking also happens. There are some exceptions, but essentially the stroking also happens from right to left. Okay, please bear that in mind.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, so which is your less favorite stroke, by the way?
And this one.
Why?
Ma'am, it's very tough to write.
That means you're on the right track, huh? What about the Hindi? Please show us the Hindi work. Devanagari. Same question. Okay. So, your favorite, you know what? I like the way you have written your A and A. I like it. Good, yeah, very good. Anyone who wants to respond to her work, please, I don't need to say that. You should just write as in when you feel like it, right?
Yes,
Looking at the work. Ma'am, I show my work. Yes, please, yeah, do that. I mean, it will be good for her and will encourage her to work at what she's doing. So suppose you were to take up calligraphy, would you do that? Oh, wait, time to work. Time to work. I don't know English, so I cannot talk about this at all. Okay, I cannot make a comment. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Vaidahi, and you're getting a lot of compliments, as you can read. So congratulations. Okay. So who's next now?
Thank you, ma'am.
Soumya Dwivedi.
Soumya. Hi, Soumya.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Just take it a little further because it's too close. Soumya, I very categorically told you yesterday that I will not be discussing the Latin script, the English script. So I will not be talking of that at all. Yeah, you show us the Hindi. Yeah. Take it a little far. You're just moving it too much. No. Keep it firm. Yeah. Okay. So your comment about your favorite, less favorite stroke?
Ma'am, sure.
I cannot see.
Not visible on screen.
Shah is your favorite?
Yes, ma'am.
So do people agree that this is the best she has written?
Ma'am, Gurleen Kaur is saying good work. Shreya Vadhyay is saying nice work.
Yeah.
There are
Okay.
very good comments for us.
Okay. So and
Ma'am, and
let's.
in Urdu, this one is my favorite.
I can't see the Urdu.
Ma'am, I have not written Urdu, but
Okay.
this one is my favorite.
Okay. 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 Now I want to ask you something. When you see this form, what does it remind you of? Do you think of something else also? Looking at it.
Can you repeat?
When you see this image, this form, what you have written, whether it's Hindi, Urdu, anyone. So do those characters or forms remind you of something else, something tangible, something living or whatever? आपको उसको देख के लगता है कि शायद वो कुछ और हो सकता है, कोई एक बर्ड या फ्लावर या लीफ या पता नहीं क्या, कुछ आपके दिमाग में आता है?
Yes, ma'am.
क्या?
Ma'am, if we draw one line here, it will become per.
Huh?
If I draw one line for this one, it will become per. And
yeah.
In this one also, if I complete it, it will become ta.
I don't understand. What are you saying?
मैम, अगर मैं यहाँ पर इसको एक लाइन खींच दूं तो ये प बन जाएगा, जो हिंदी में लिखा हुआ है, और अगर यहाँ पर इसको मैं पूरा कर दूं तो ये लेटर बन जाएगा, अगर मैं इसको पूरा कर दूं तो।
जी, अच्छा। हाँ, तो अभी आप इसको जितना और देखेंगी ना, और कोई और भी स्क्रिप्ट को देखेंगी, तो आप ध्यान से देखेंगी ना, मजा बहुत आएगा, सबसे बड़ी बात। और उसके अलावा जिस तरह से आप देख सकती है ना, वो मैं नहीं देख सकती, वो फातिमा नहीं देख सकती, वो सोनम नहीं देख सकती, सौम्या नहीं देख सकती, क्योंकि हर शख्स जो है ना वो यूनिक है, तो उसका हर काम भी यूनिक है, हर उसका सोचना समझना काम करना हर चीज यूनिक है, ठीक है? तो सबने वही चीज सीखा है, लेकिन आपके दिमाग में ये आया कि आप इसको ऐसे देखते हो, है ना? ये बहुत जरूरी है। जी
मैम, और अगर मैं इस पे और लाइंस डाल दूंगी तब गोल बना के, तो ये सन भी बन जाएगा।
जी बिल्कुल बन जाएगा, और आपको बनाना है, मुझे हमें दिखाना है, ठीक है? सन बना के दिखाना है। ओके ओके सौम्या, थैंक यू वेरी मच। आई थिंक वी नाउ मूव ऑन टू गोपिका। हाय गोपिका।
Gopika, please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Hi. Show me.
Can you wait for a second?
I'm sorry, I cannot.
She's saying to wait for a second. She will show her work.
So in the meanwhile, maybe, okay, you're back. Okay. Okay, Gopika, same questions. I'm asking you about your experience of actually writing these scripts, especially Urdu, your favorite strokes, your less favorite strokes, and why.
I write the Urdu scripts at first time, so I feel difficult to write it, but I really enjoy when it turned out.
Okay, so which is your favorite?
Just to stop, madam.
Yeah, I like the way you have written your name, no doubt. Okay, and what about the Urdu, Hindi?
Hindi, I like the car and car. These two.
Okay, but you know, we have to ensure because your car has a little horizontal line in the first part. So that can confuse people. They may think this is Adha Sa, which it is not. Okay, so we have to pay attention to these minute things. But it's well written, I agree. Okay, please others also respond to what she has done. And Gopika, were you there yesterday?
Yes.
You were obviously there. But you know what, I can see some strokes which are thick and some which are very thin. So thick, that means you have gone over them over and over again. And that's not a good idea. If you want to do that, you can make another stroke. But do not meddle with one, because one stroke is like one lifetime. So you cannot meddle with that life. Okay, make another stroke. Yeah. You want to tell something? Who's this? Please say whatever you want to. You see everyone who are giving these compliments, which are wonderful, very good, encouraging. But at the same time, if you can also point out, you know, why you think they are what they are, and if there's anything that you want her to work on and you think differently, please share those you know, comments as well. Okay, all of you.
Everyone, please switch on your cameras if you want to show your work. We can't add you at spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, now
Yes.
there is one question.
Yes.
By Samriddhi Batra.
Yes.
What are difficulties in your whole career? She's asking about that.
My whole career. Well, most importantly, because this is such a different art form, and people, I think the people are scared of the abstract, I think. But actually, abstract is the most beautiful. The language that we speak is actually also, I mean, the script that is there, the language is all abstract. We gave them names and we gave them shapes. That is how we recognize them. So of course, this is all this evolution that has happened. But and what is exciting for me, that it can still continue through art. And it is a personal, it's a personal experience to actually work and then share. But people may think, because, you know, sometimes when they think of calligraphy, they pretty much think of linear writing. But it is not just linear writing. When it is pictorial, it is way beyond that. It is, I feel, it's a coming together of the language, script, philosophy. There's philosophy in it. There is geometry in it. You can see basically they're just geometric forms, and then they become letters, and then the letters become the alphabet, and from the alphabet we create words, and from the words we create language, right? So all of this happens, and so this is very important to understand. And so through this medium, we are trying to give another expression according to who we are or how we are understanding this whole thing, our own language. So it's very fascinating, and it is something very. It's a personal. Sharing. So this is how I see it. So for me, the most important, most difficult was to make people understand, or it is rather, that it is in its abstraction, there's like lot of depth also. And the beauty of it is that many people can participate according to how they see it. You know, sometimes when something's written very clearly, it's almost stopping people from thinking of what they think, of what they want to say. So this is important. And in abstract, everyone has the opportunity to interpret and give their impression of what it is. So this is something also, it's like maturing of your thought process of who you are and how you are, developing as a human being. This is what I feel. So that was very, this is how I will put it. Okay, I hope I have answered your question. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am, for that.
Thank
Now,
you.
ma'am, Kritika Kanchan is here for showing her
Okay,
work.
Kritika. Hi, Kritika. Hi.
Kritika, please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. My first impression of your work is your boldness. You're bold and confident. And I quite like that. But like everyone else, you made the same mistake. I think you've started to write from left and not right. And it's very clear here. Yeah? And so that means you are not attentive. And I have been saying throughout, it has to be written from right to left. Okay, the script is written from right to left. It is complicated. It's not an easy thing, especially when it changes forms. That is why we are sticking to just the alphabet. Of course, this is not even a beginning in a way. So, but having said that, I want to ask you your favorite strokes and your less favorite strokes here.
Ma'am, my favorite stroke is this and this.
Why?
Ma'am, because when I'm making this, I'm having very much fun, and this is like a smile. That's why I like.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of noise. Yeah.
Ma'am, I like it because I am having fun when I am making this, and this is because it's like a smile.
Oh yes, it is indeed. That's sweet, huh? And I actually agree with you. Yeah, very nice. So, what do others think of her work? And also, have you written the Hindi script?
Ma'am, I have written half on.
Okay. I also like the way you have written your. Yeah, this is also nice. I like this as well. Sheen, I like the way you've written your sheen also. And but you started wrong, on the wrong foot. It should be written from right to left. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, even the dal are quite nice. Yes, who's next now? Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. This
Now
is
it's Ananya Vyas.
Devadarshini.
Yes, ma'am, Devdarshini.
Wow, what a name, man.
Devdarshini, please.
Yeah. Hello, Devdarshini.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, please speak louder.
Ma'am, now
We cannot hear you. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. So, your experience of actually writing it like this, and your favorite and less favorite strokes, all of it we want to know.
It's the first time of writing Urdu, ma'am.
Can you talk a little louder, my dear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, it was the first time I was writing Urdu, and it was a wonderful experience. And my favorite stroke was this one, these three. And in
This is your the last line. Okay. Why do you like them?
Ma'am, it was easy for me to write, ma'am, and I have written Hindi for many times, but I really feel it easy writing.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. And from the Urdu script, which one do you like? I want others to respond also, please.
This one and this one, ma'am.
Why?
Because this also was easy, ma'am, but I first when I tried it out, it was hard for me. Then I tried so much
Yes.
time, and it came out very well.
You know, Bacha, what you need to understand that any artwork, anything that you want to do well and you dedicate your life to, you have to put in lot of effort and time, and only then it happens. Whether you are doing any art form, or whether you want to become a doctor and an engineer or anything, a sports person,
Yeah.
anything you want to do, you have to put in your best time and effort and your whole heart and soul into doing that, right? So that holds true also for this art, as I mentioned earlier. And so then you know the good and the bad and the the subtle differences and all of that goes into writing something like this, or creating works of art out of that. But compliments to you and everyone else who's there. Of course, there are mistakes and everything, but I don't want to look at that. I just want to compliment each of you for having written this script for the first time without really, by just observing, right, what you have. Because learning, of course, takes a lot of time, learning the script, whatever script that is. And but compliments to you all the same, because we can only touch upon it. I'm interested in the physical form and how it changes, and then what it can do internally also, and how you can play around with the shapes. You can augment a line, shorten it, make it thick, and then taper it down, so you can play around the shapes like I did a little bit yesterday. And this is what is possible in this. But of course, you have to start with the basics and write it to the best of your ability. I am not not giving attention to the fact that you're not writing the whole script. Some of you are, some of you are not. Of course, you should write the whole script, whether it's Hindi, Urdu, or anything. But I understand, and I want to focus on your, the creativity that you have, how well you will be able to articulate your feelings. Each of you, every one of you will get the same theme. And I want to see how you create things out of that. Okay. But all the same, Devadarshini, beautiful name and good work. Congratulations. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes. Now this is Aviral. Hi, Aviral.
Aviral, please unmute yourself.
So even while I was talking to Devadarshini, I was looking at your work, and my first impression is neat, okay, and confident. Now I'm going to ask you your favorite and less favorite strokes.
Aviral, firstly, unmute yourself, please.
Hello, Aviral. Some problem. Okay,
problem.
we can come back to him. Okay, hi Vani.
Good morning, ma'am.
Wait, he's come back. I'm sorry, huh? Okay, Aviral. Did you hear what I said? There's some problem, it seems. There's some problem. Anyways, Vani, yes. Coming back to you, please show your work on the screen. Oh. नहीं, पहले ठीक था. इसको घुमाइए राइट को. हाँ. थोड़ा पीछे ले जाइए, हाँ जी 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 पीछे ले जाइए। हाँ अब बताइए आपके, मेरा फर्स्ट इम्प्रेशन तो ये है कि कॉन्फिडेंट है ना, और बाकी अच्छा लिखा है या बुरा मैं पहले आपसे पूछूंगी। आप बताइए आपके फेवरेट स्ट्रोक और लेस फेवरेट स्ट्रोक्स और क्यों। वानी आप अनम्यूट करिए अपने आप को।
One, unmute yourself, please.
Mom, my favorite stroke is this one and this one.
Why? Why?
Because they look like goggles and they are beautiful.
So cute. They actually do. And I agree. And you have written it quite well. As opposed to other letters, I think this you have written well. And yeah, have you written Urdu script also?
Vani, you have again muted yourself.
Yes,
anyway, yeah, have you written Urdu also?
Yes, ma'am. Yesterday I saw to you that I written my Urdu script. On this one.
Same mistake. You started from left? You have. Anyways, your experience of writing this and your favorite and less favorite strokes?
Vani, you are on mute.
Vani, we need to be, you know, we have to see many other works. So maybe I will just compliment you for having written that. Thank you so much and congratulations. Now we go on to
Ananya Vyas.
Ananya. Hi, Ananya.
Ananya, please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, how are you?
Ma'am, I'm fine. What about you?
I'm very well. I'm very happy to see your work and to see everyone's work, to interact. So I want to ask the same question, favorite, less favorite, why, and your experience of writing like this, both Urdu and Hindi.
Actually, I was writing Urdu first time in my life, and this much stroke is my favorite.
Which one? Can you point this out again? Can you point out again which one?
This one.
Why do you like it?
Ma'am, because it's like pretty cool to make, and whenever we're writing English, so we.
You have muted yourself again.
And does this shape remind you of something else?
Yeah, ma'am. If I drew the same, and it can be a cloud.
Absolutely. Just we are on the same page. Yes, yes, indeed. This is how I see it. If you repeat the same letter over and over again, then yeah, it can give the impression of clouds. Absolutely right. I agree with you. And can you also tell me which is your less favorite stroke?
Ma'am, it was this one.
Why?
Ma'am, because I can't shape it properly. It was just going right to left.
Yes, actually it is supposed to go right to left. And I know that you've written from left to right, which is now, I am not paying so much attention to that, but just the fact that you are writing the script is, I'm happy about it. But I will keep repeating that the scripting happens from right to left in Urdu. And so we have to be mindful of that. It's written from right to left. The stroking happens mostly from right to left, except there are some exceptions. So we will not go into that because I'm not giving you a class on Urdu calligraphy, right? We are doing pictorial, so it will be different. And yeah, this is how I see it. And what about this? What have you written? Mahila Kamdhenu, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And anything else this is quite interesting, the way you've tried to stylize it and written it in a manner. I want others to respond to what she has done, please. Wants to show. Yes, I want to see everyone's work. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Ananya, I think we will, lose time like this. I want to compliment you for also, to recognize, to go beyond that, like you saw the sheen as cloud, this letter as cloud. This is what I want. I want everyone to think, beyond the apparent. Very important. And I'm happy that you did that. And congratulations to you. Okay, thank you very much for showing your work. Who's next now? This is Pragya. Hi, Pragya. Hello, Pragya.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Yes. So, are you happy doing calligraphy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your experience of writing, of doing this calligraphy, your favorite, less favorite strokes, why? Yeah.
My favorite stroke is this one because it has smeared and it has been a little thick, which it has not have been. And I also don't like this one because it has also been thick.
This is what you don't like or you like?
Don't like.
Okay, okay, because it's smeared and the other one is kind of okay. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
And what are your favorite strokes?
Ma'am, this one is a little favorite type because it has a little thick, but it has been shape of it has been great. And I also like this one because it has also been a thick. And beautiful it is looking. And
yes, I like it.
And in Urdu, I don't like these two because first, these two have been mixed up, and second, this is little light and a little smeared, and this is also thick and a lot dark. And I really like these two because these two are looking beautiful and were easy to make.
Okay, okay, interesting, your input. But when you look at these two that you like more a lot in the Urdu script, do they remind you of something? Something else? Something tangible?
This one reminds me a little of cloud.
Yes. Okay, okay, yes, I agree with you also. But it can be so many other things also, okay? But anyways, this is you and your perception, which is unique, and that's what I want to stress on. And I agree with you that your re is written very well. And yeah, other things that you pointed out gives me the impression that you are very, carefully working at this. But my complaint is that, you have not paid attention to what I have been saying, that Urdu is written from right to left, right to left, right to left. Thus, the stroking also is pretty much right to left, except for some cases. But all the same, I will compliment all of you for having given it a try. Okay? Thank you very much for showing your work.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, who's next now?
So, ma'am, I guess there are a lot of people with still who have their hands raised.
Okay.
Yes, we should start with today's work, and because there are 112 people watching right now, and they have their work to show. So,
Okay.
I guess we should start with today's work, and then we'll assess their work later on.
Okay. No, Ananya, I feel that what you can do is if you can show maybe smaller sizes or the works on the screen, so that I can at least say this is what this will at least give them some ideas to what I'm thinking and what I have to say. Yeah, so they may not be able to talk a little bit about like the others are, but at least it should be seen on the screen. Okay?
Absolutely.
Then we can start. सबके आप दिखा दीजिए ना जितना हो सके 2-3 बार में.
Okay.
Everyone who wants to show their work to ma'am can switch on their camera so we can get them on screen.
Yeah. Okay, so there's someone who even done some creative work. Yeah, interesting that you should give it a try. At least keep it for some seconds, huh? At least I should keep it.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
for
so
time.
this one, Meghnad, it is neat work. Yeah, I quite like it. I wish we were able to talk more, but we have little time. Aditi, yeah, good attempt, but you always all of you be mindful of the fact that this is calligraphy. So we are talking of fine stroking, fine writing. So the beginning and the end should be nice, and we should pay attention to these very minute things. And always remember that it is written from right to left, and Hindi is written from left to right, and this is from right to left. Okay, now somebody's written Swagat. Now, suppose this were a pictorial, so this is, I can see somebody trying to write creatively. This is, I cannot read the name.
That's Sneha.
Hi, Sneha. So, yeah, I can see, and this one is what, Ramo? Huh?
Ram.
Oh, just
Pallavi.
Ram.
Pallavi has written.
Yeah. Okay. Now, whether it is Ram or what was the other word? Swagat. If it is pictorial calligraphy, then you have to use these letters belonging to these particular words as your art material and give the impression. Of course, it cannot be direct like that, but just an impression because it's abstract in nature. That gives the impression of Swagat. So whether it is through this, someone saying namaste, or someone decorating, when you're about to receive somebody, so you say Swagat. Maybe there are flowers, some flower arrangement on the floor or something like that. So try to work like this so that it gives that impression. This is very important. Okay, yeah, I can see Harshini's work. Harshini, I think you showed your work yesterday also, from what I understand. Dhanya, yeah, yeah, interesting. I like the way you have done the last stroke, which is a ray. I like it, and please keep it for some time so that at least I can give a comment on each of these.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is Rashi's work. Rashi was there yesterday as well, right? So neat, well, bold, but neatness is less, I would say. Please pay attention to these finer points. The beginning and the end has to be nice. Also the middle, of course, because that shows one the level of confidence and spontaneity. All of this, the balance, very, very important aspects of calligraphy. And then here is Shivansh. Yeah, I'm happy that you attempted, but please pay attention to the fact that it is fine writing that we are looking at. And but all the same, I'm happy that you tried writing. Okay, this is Jyoti.
Jyotsini.
Jyotsini. Okay, Jyotsini, I see confidence in your writing. I see boldness here. And yeah, please go on writing. This is this is
Bhanu, ma'am.
Bhanu. Yeah, Bhanu. I wish you had written a little bigger than what I see here, but you have again made the same mistake like others have. That Urdu is written from left to right here and not right to left, as should be the case. And but all the same, I think it's neat. It is well, compliments for you to have written it in the first place. But if you have to stick to the basics, you have to understand some points and work accordingly. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Annapurna is creative work, but again, Annapurna is a deity also. And if you go into the meaning of Annapurna, then your work should say Annapurna. It's not enough to write it in a nice way, like you have written. It's quite well written, but we are looking at pictorial calligraphy. Then it has to be written a little differently. Now, Shreya, yeah, it's neat, and same mistake. It's everything is left to right and not the way it should be. But good attempt all the same. Confident. But I want you to write Urdu from right to left and pay attention to the beginning and the end of the stroking. Okay. This one is Pranjal. I like the way you've written your numerals more than your even the some of the Urdu letters in the last line. I like the spontaneity of it, and yeah, the Ain especially. I like the way you've written your Ain, and yeah, good attempt. Have you written Hindi also? Please start today's work. Okay, Mahira. Okay, now, like I had told you yesterday, that we will again be writing, that you have to do every day, that you write the 2 scripts, and I want you to tell me, can you see the difference from yesterday to today? So please write the 2 scripts, and then I'm going to give you little bit of some creative work to do after that. So please start to write and write the whole script, both Urdu and Hindi. And Urdu, I am repeating again, please write from right to left, and with the stroking happens as you see on the sheets that are available to you. Okay? Okay, I give you 10 minutes.
All right. So आप सभी को वर्क करना है उर्दू और हिंदी स्क्रिप्ट्स पे, बट दिस टाइम यू मेक श्योर कि आप राइट टू लेफ्ट जा रहे हैं. ठीक है?
उर्दू में
समझिए. हाँ जी, उर्दू में, बिकॉज हिंदी इज नॉर्मली.
Yeah.
So we can take up some questions.
Yes.
While they are working. And
yes,
we'll again get back to you. Raise your hands when you are done.
Yes.
So, ma'am, there's this question that you belong to this family, like the culture goes in your family, or but most of them are from the music background. So what made you choose this? And like, it must have been convenient for you to pursue music only. So I guess it's a very different choice, and you must have a lot of courage to actually speak out that I want to pursue this, and this is what interests me more than music. So what were your family reviews about that, and how did you finally choose to do this?
Actually, like I was telling you earlier, that I was interested in so many things. If I had not become, or people, when they asked me what I want to be, I always said visual artist. I wanted to paint all the time. I wanted to design all the time. But I did not realize that it will take this form as it has. So it's like coming together of both the things that I wanted to at that time. I was, music is an integral part of my life. I hear it every day of my life, and it's the purest form. And it cannot obviously also happen without people kind of dedicating their lives to doing it. And I've seen so many of my family members who have dedicated their lives to doing this. But somehow I was drawn to visual arts. And I do realize that all the art forms are somehow interconnected. Art is about expression. Art is impression that a person has of what he sees around, and then he translates it into whatever form he wants to. So I think that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. So whether it's a poet, for instance, a poet will write something according to what he's seen around him and the mahal that he has lived in. And likewise, there is somebody who's a dancer, for instance, or a painter, a musician, anyone. So it is fascinating, but they are all interrelated. So that one thing that is common is their dedication to the spiritual values. It cannot happen otherwise. When you feel concentrated and you are, it doesn't matter that you, like I was saying earlier, that there are many people around you, but you can still feel peaceful and concentrated and work. That can only happen when you have gone through this process and when you are dedicated to doing something. So then it came easy. Otherwise, I'm interested in so many things. So I probably would have become a linguist, maybe. But this is in a way connected because I'm interested in languages. I'm interested in hearing the sound of different languages. And sometimes, in fact, these things also inspire you to work in the way you want to work. So all of these play their role. And it is exciting. It is a world of its own. Art world is a world of its own within the world that we live in. And it is, it's fascinating. It's beautiful. It's challenging. It is sometimes difficult. You get stuck and you don't know how you want to take this forward. So then in such cases, in such moments, you go back to basics. And then, you can find your way back. So this is how it is. Yeah.
Absolutely, ma'am. So finally you are here and teaching art to students. So Palak Kumari wants to see your calligraphy tools.
My calligraphy?
Your tools.
My tools. Okay, my tools. I'm sorry. Okay. So unfortunately, in India, when you want to do, this is a very important aspect. And thank you for bringing this up. I would have otherwise. Unfortunately, in the stationer's shop, you do not get the, pens and columns that are used in calligraphy traditionally, which is very sad because in any case, things are changing so fast. even the normal pen with which, people, students used to write, they are not available anymore. And things are just changing. And now we have come to a point where the homework is also sent through emails, which is very sad, because it should not, the human element must remain alive at all times. So, this experience of, soiling your hands with ink, all of that it has its own charm, own beauty, own experience. And if it goes away and everything is just, confined to, the technology, which will be very sad. Although it is important, for instance, just the fact that we are having this workshop online and so many people can connect. This is wonderful, beautiful, and very, very useful. But arts, when it comes to arts, and in fact, even everyday life, you have to ensure that the human element, because a computer cannot think in a spiritual manner, for instance. You cannot experience that. You cannot. It can teach you many things, but how can you get that experience? So this can only come from a guru, or when you are actually interacting with some other human being. So unfortunately, such things, like the tools that I'm going back to the tools. So I had to do many, you have to do jugaad.
India is popular for that.
Yeah. So this is but this is not jugaad. This is while I've been using for a long time.
All right.
So yeah. So this is something very interesting. And just the fact that, when I was explaining to you that one stroke is like one lifetime, you cannot experience in a pen which has a regular flow of ink. It has its own function, but here, when we're doing art, it is something else. We have to see it from a different perspective. And it is only while doing this, working with this, that I realized that every stroke is like one lifetime. You see the opaque and the transparent in the same stroke, because I was working with this. The dark and the light, the thick and the thin, all of that because I was using this pen. And, like we're born with more ink. When we and then we started life we were born one day, that was the birthday, and then a time will come when we will not be there anymore. So you actually see that in this, and it teaches you so many things. It teaches you patience, and you have to make this your friend. You understand that pen, paper, ink, along with the letters, they're all your friends. And according to how deep your friendship is, you will work accordingly. So this teaches you to go slow, because unfortunately you cannot experience this because we are having it like this. It's like this, that when you make a quick stroke, the ink diminishes quickly. You have to keep dipping the pen in the ink. We use ink. And unfortunately, you cannot experience this. I'm feeling bad about it. But because it's addictive, it is addictive. And this addiction is far better than many other addictions that we may have. So this is something that teaches you to go slow. The ink stays longer when you use this, when you do it slow. So these are the things that you have to do. Yeah, I use this flat brush also. And I have this, my favorite pen, which is actually this. It's my most favorite. And of course, these are the traditional ones here, used by the professionals, let's say. What fun it is, unfortunately, they're not available in the market. Suppose people get interested and they want to buy this, they're not easy to come by, which is very sad. Yeah, online you can sometimes buy, but it's not the same as this. There is this pen, and I
The
want
students are asking, is this called Sarkanda?
Sarkanda, yeah. Sarkanda, yes,
All
it is,
right.
or also bamboo pens that are especially, it's called bamboo kalam. If you say kalam, then people know, and probably you can find some of those online. Okay, not everything. Another thing that you can try, there is a set of maybe 12 pens of different kinds. I think this is, I'm forgetting the brand name right now, but this is available, and so they're differently sized, and you can give it a try. They're quite interesting. I don't like all of them because, some of them are more with a cut. So it's interesting, for graphics, you want to create something interesting, some interesting patterns and whatever. But after some time, I mean, it's my personal choice, I guess. Maybe others are more interested. That it's like a, it's like a child's tool. So after some time, for sometimes it's exciting, but you want to grow and go beyond. Then that pen may not work. At least it doesn't work for me in that sense. I use it, but when I first acquired it, I was using it more. But now I use it almost because I want to do that myself. What that pen is doing with the cut, I want to be able to do it myself. You understand? Whatever pen is. So this is the difference. And
So is this
yeah.
another question we have? Whether the
What is
the highest tip of the marker should be in the right or left to write Urdu? Highest tip of the marker.
Yeah, so like when you're writing Urdu, so see, this is how, oh my God, you cannot see. This is what it is. So the cut is also like that. For Urdu, this is for Urdu. For Hindi, the cut will be same, but in the other direction. But since I use both very frequently in my works, I prefer not to have this cut like that. I want it to be, just a plain cut so that I can go in both directions. You understand? So I just wanted, that's why I was asking people to use the stick and cut it in the middle, just a straight line and not any khat as such. It's called khat. When you cut it in a certain way, it is called khat. And khat is also a style of writing, especially in Urdu. You hear this word very often. So this is what it is. And I would say one more jugaad, and unfortunately I don't have it here right now. Like this, when you have a flat brush, right? It works quite well when you do not have any other option, and you can glue it to make it a little firm, to work it to your advantage. This is a very important tip, something that I do it myself. This is what I'll call it a jugaad, because you don't get it and you have to find a way. So this works quite well. And if you are able to do without gluing it, fantastic. Another thing that I would like to share is that when you take the ink, so more is less and less is more. I repeat, more is less and less is more. Meaning, when you take too much ink or too much color, maybe I think it will be too opaque. And if it is conveying something on the basis of what you want to interpret, that's something else. But pretty much, it will not give you that satisfaction that you will get when you have less ink and you can, show the dark and the light in the same stroke. And if it's like all, too much ink in it, it's somehow not the same. You know, the elegance goes away, and it's just plain color, opaque, and which has its beauty. I like colors. I love colors, but we have to ensure that they are used in the right way, sparingly sometimes more, sometimes less. It's like the pressure that you give to a stroke. Less, light, heavy, very heavy. So all of this is part of the learning. So that will happen when you are, more dedicated doing what you're doing. Here it's more like, unfortunately just, touching upon some points that we are, sharing.
Some of the students were not there yesterday, so they really wanted you to do something, draw something, do some calligraphy.
Okay, sure.
So if you can.
Yeah. And I want to say, because yesterday when I did something a little creative, they were not able to recognize, which is fine, but at the same time, I want to let people know that there should be food for thought. You are mature now. You're not in class nursery anymore or class 5. You are maturing. So, and how does one see that? How does one perceive? Through your actions, through your understanding, or how you make a conversation, what you say, what you receive, on all of these points. And how are you seeing things? How intelligent are you to pick up things which are not so in the face? They're not apparent, but they are there. So these are important things. So not everything needs to be so direct. There are subtle things, and subtlety is beautiful, and it has its own charm, and it has its own challenge, which people should understand and work at. This is what I feel. And so I'm going to give a little demo, and yeah, okay, I'll just do that. Just give me some time, because I'm using my laptop and I want to connect my phone also, so that you can also see.
Meanwhile, we want to say that students, please draw the scripts which were given yesterday, rightly as guided by ma'am. In order, you have to write from right to the left, and in Hindi, left to the right.
अब जैसे आप इसको ऐसे समझिए ना कि आप मैथ्स कर रहे हैं, या मैथ्स में आपको न्यूमरल्स इस्तेमाल करने हैं. अब आप वहाँ हिस्ट्री तो नहीं कर सकते ना, है ना? तो आपको ये बात कुछ समझनी है कि वहाँ जो काम करना है उसके हिसाब से करना, ठीक है? So this is what I had done yesterday. Yeah. I will give a little demo. Yeah, how do I bring it to that?
Ma'am, you can actually, there's an option.
Yes, yes, I'm going to.
कर सकते हो आप.
I'm not so good with all these things, you know.
It's all right. Even we are not. We are learning.
To change, otherwise I can change, you know, but while in a meeting, I don't know how to change that. I know how to go on to the.
Ma'am, change the camera. You mean to say? You want to change the camera?
हमने बैक कैमरा करना है
बैक कैमरा करना मैम राइट साइड पर ऊपर आएगा समथिंग काइंड ऑफ एरो बना होगा ऊपर मैम टॉप पे राइट साइड पे आई गेस
राइट साइड में ना वही तो मुझे दिख नहीं रहा है ना तब
ओके
आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू विद दिस
आप अपना मोबाइल हम लोग को दिखाइए तो हमें बता दो
हाँ रोटेट द फोन मैम
Take minute.
Yeah, take it.
Ma'am, you need to switch on the camera first, I guess.
The camera?
Yeah, I make you the host from there also. And ma'am, kindly keep this phone on the mute mode, like reduce the volume of it, ma'am. On the top, yeah. Otherwise, ma'am, echo would be there.
Yeah.
Done.
I find this so challenging.
Till then, let's ask the students how much they're excited. Guys, drop in the chat box. Excited for a session? A bit going to be soon for calligraphy one from ma'am's side. Drop in the chat box. How's the juice?
How do I show this?
Ma'am, can you
see the paper now? No.
Let Char make you the host first.
Can you make this now? Can you see my hand?
Ma'am, just give me a moment. Waiting room is allowed, like, okay. Just a moment, ma'am. Yeah, I'm making you. Ma'am, your video is not on of the phone now. Phone video is not on, ma'am.
Video is not on?
Ma'am, I've asked to start the video.
Start video.
Start my video.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now it's started. I am adding you to the spotlight.
Is it
now we can see the page. Yes, ma'am. Now we can see the page.
Yes, now.
Oh my God.
Ma'am, you can place the phone on any book. If you have any kind of book or something, place the phone on it, ma'am. I'll show you.
Now I
can see it now. We can see it.
Yeah, like something like this.
It's perfect now. It's perfect.
Okay. So here goes. So I have kept, now this is important. So the angle could be kind of 45 degrees here. But it can be your personal choice. It doesn't have to be this, but personally I quite like it. So I will use that. Otherwise it can be anything. And then you have I'm just writing random letters, not everything. I want you to work. I have to tell you something very important. It's a kind of a confession that I since I started to do pictorial calligraphy, because now I'm all the time innovating, thinking of how I can write the letters differently. and according to what I'm interpreting, my time goes mostly in that. So my linear, I'm writing much less linear writing than otherwise. So this is an important point that I want to bring to your, something that I would like to share with you. So you see. Now this, this light and dark is something so interesting for me. I think for everyone, to see this. You see? And then coming back to some Urdu letters. What does this letter remind you of?
You guys can in the chat box. Ma'am, it's like a swing.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone will, yeah, it's like a swing, absolutely.
Also, people are saying that it's more like English letters. Some of them.
Yes, like this one, especially the C. I feel, this can pass off for a C. It can pass off for Adha Cha. And also here I've written G.
And I'm Zo for small b.
Hmm?
Zo
I'm
for
sorry?
small b.
Small?
B. Small letters.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Ma'am, Zo is written like a B in small letters, no? English B.
Okay, the B. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, so these are some random letters, and I want to show you a little bit because my focus is on pictorial calligraphy, and that's what I want to share with you. So I will show you something that I typically show in my workshops. I had written the word anjam. So what is anjam to you? Can you tell me what is anjam? Please respond quickly. I will do a pictorial calligraphy of this work, of this word.
And the end result. Anjam.
The end result, yes. So what if it were some tangible thing, what could that be? Suppose it is.
I think feelings.
Huh? Anyways, चलो कोई बात नहीं, मैं आपको ये बताती हूँ कि मैं क्या सोचती हूँ. So now when you write, so anjam will have a it can be ja, instead of adhana, we can have the bindu or the adhana. Then you have the matra, and then we have ma. With a dot here, or either it can be adhana. right? The Urdu that is available to us is Alif, Noon, Jeen, Alif, and then Ma. Okay. But Urdu is a complicated language because it changes forms. It's not like Hindi. So, there was a time when I was learning some foreign language, and those difficult words that came my way, I used to write them in Hindi because I could write just about anything in Hindi. That may be difficult sometimes in a lot of other, even in English you can write in the Roman, but I used to write it in Hindi, and then the exact pronunciation that was to be there, I could write there. And but sometimes maybe that's not possible in Urdu. You have to really know the language and the script really well to be able to do that. And I'll tell you how this Jeen and Alif, when they come together, what shape it can come to. It will become like this. Ja, not ja, but ja becomes like this. Okay. So then if you write the whole thing, it looks very different from the way you see here. Now, so all this material is available to me, and I have the choice to pick up anything, work around it according to my imagination, my choice, my inspiration at a particular time. And for me, Anjam is the full bloom of a flower. When the flower is in its full bloom, that is Anjam for me. And since we have a lot of freedom in pictorial calligraphy, there are rules to be followed in the sense that it should be discernible. There should be food for thought. When you go close, you can see this is script that has been used in a visual art. But from far, you can see many things, and it's abstract, and then everyone can participate in their own way. So, and we can repeat, we can have the mirror image, we can taper the line, shorten it, like various possibilities available to us. And here I thought of the Ma as a petal. Huh? And so how? This is the Ma, but I thought of this Ma. Can you recognize this Ma? Please let me know. Can you recognize this Ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this Ma. So now I'm going to show you what I did.
Everyone, please write your views in the chat box. We'll read it for you. Ma'am, Pratika Kanchan is saying, ma'am, it's looking like a beautiful flower.
Yes. That is Anjam for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
You see here? So this is the ma, ja, here, and the dot of na. That is anjam. Okay?
Okay.
So
Beautiful, ma'am. This looks like a sitar also, I guess.
okay, from the other side. Yeah. Okay. So I had also written Agaz. Agaz is the beginning, right? And Anjam is the culmination. So beginning, that means it's small, you know, and then it becomes big. So it was something like, and I will not, I can't even remember exactly, but Agaz will have A again, and then you will have the Ga. I'm just doing it now. I haven't done it before, huh? So this is happening right here.
So creative you are, ma'am, really.
See?
So creative you are, like you want to learn this all.
Thank you very much. Okay, and then so now it is Agaz, right? So again, because according to your creativity, how you want to write it, there can be many possibilities. You can have a small alif here. This will make it A. Then because it is Agaz, it's a growth. You know, it's getting bigger. So if I want to use the Hindi, so this is the Hindi, this is the Urdu. Here also the Hindi, Urdu coming together. It's not just one script, but two scripts coming together, having their own identity, but complementing one another. That's the idea. Okay. And it can be written in so many different ways. The same thing, because we have so much art material available, we can play around, literally play around with the shapes and create many different possibilities. And then you have, suppose I want to use, if it were Urdu, then the Ga would be, no, I'm going to use the Hindi now. Huh? I won't use the Urdu. So I can go actually, I'm also holding, so it's not easy. This is the dot of Ga. And then you can go you see this shape here? Are you able to see that? I don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, and then I repeat again some of the shapes I showed you of itself. I want to repeat that. So, like in normal case, like this, then you can write like this. You can recognize this A. Yeah? Please tell me yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And then you can do this is also A. Now can you recognize, please?
Yes, ma'am.
अरे मैं दिखा नहीं पा रही हूँ ना, ऐसे अब दिख रहा है? नहीं, अब
Yes,
दिख
ma'am.
रहा
Now
है.
it is.
हाँ हाँ.
Yes.
Okay. This is also A. Because it is pictorial, because it is not, the regular linear writing. We have freedom and we can play around with the same shape. The R starts to look very different. When you go close, you know that it has. Muni, can you just hold it for me, please? Just give me some letter. I'll try and do something different with that. So I showed you, and so now for the scene that people thought of as clouds, no? Like that, right? So this is one possibility. But I think they can also be written like the mirror image. दिख रहा है ना?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So the mirror image, then you have the gene. Which can be angular, which is not to my liking so much, but yeah, this is a possibility for those who may want to write in a way like this. And then the scene, like that, right? So there's so many ways to say what we want to say. I showed you the as I thought, it could look like this meme. Meme can be like the head and the neck of a bird. Can you recognize that?
Yes, ma'am. It's like a swan.
Like a swan. So it depends on how you as an individual are seeing that, and everyone being different from the other. That means so much is possible. We have the same material available to us. We read the same script, for instance, and then, but someone becomes a doctor, someone becomes an engineer, someone an artist, a poet, or whatever. It's the same script. But according to, our calling, according to our interest and talent, everything starts to look very different. So these are the things that I want you to explore, something which is like solid visual art, which is not so much in the face. It's not written, linear writing has its own charm and beauty and skill and challenges. But here we have greater challenges in a way, but at the same time, a lot of freedom to express ourselves and to say something in a very innovative manner, in a beautiful way, and something that will that can leave an impression, and that forces people to think beyond the apparent. Something, what it can be, why is it like this, and how am I looking at it, and what is it that I can do. So these are the things that forces you to think, and that's how you mature, that's how you evolve as a human being. And that is this is one beautiful way of going about it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this, you understood what I want to say, and I'm looking forward to a lot of creative work from your side. Because I want to stress on the fact, for instance, the word Sundar. Sundar can be so many things to so many people, and so many things to the same person, according to his perception, according to how he feels at a particular time. So, thank you. how he feels about some certain things at a particular time. That his perception also, suppose I'm seeing the sun rise in the morning. It has a different feel as opposed to I see that in the afternoon, for instance, in like extreme summertime. I may not even be able to see that. I may not be interested. So energies are different, perceptions are different, way of looking at things are different. Your company plays its role, your moods play their role. So all of that, you become mindful when you are in a process of creating, when you want to become an artist. And that's really beautiful. It's challenging, but it is also very beautiful and very rewarding in the end, because it's your own reflection. It is not a copy from, you're taking something from Google. Many a times I've seen, people taking something from Google, and I know it instantly, and I reject it because we are not here for that. We want the original. We want who we are as individuals and what we are able to do, and not something that we can appreciate someone else doing something really well, something very beautiful, but we want to see beyond that. Okay, like I see somebody writing with writing Anjam. Who's this here?
It's Rashi Sharma.
Okay, I would like to have a word with
Rashi, please unmute yourself.
Hi Rashi. I think you were there yesterday, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I want to understand how you understand the word Anjam. Now we are, little more mature since yesterday, right? And now I want little more evolved, responses from you. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So what we see here is Anjam. What is Anjam?
Ma'am, result?
But in a tangible form, suppose you want to do a work around Anjam. What is it? Writing is one thing, but we are not doing linear calligraphy, we are doing pictorial calligraphy. Okay. So it should look like
Okay,
Anjam.
ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. She's busy doing that, and I think she's concentrated completely on that, which is great. So I would like to now throw a question at everyone, and I want everyone's 117 people present here, whatever numbers. I want your responses.
Ma'am, I write.
No, yes, this is one thing, but I want to ask you, what is Sundar to you? I want each one's response. Each one of you has to respond to this. What is Sundar? Please don't tell me it is beautiful or pretty. That I know, but I want your personal view of what is Sundar.
Vani Kanchan is saying the inside beauty.
Yes. Yeah, inside beauty.
Ashika Jain is saying it can be a name. Daman Preet is saying nature.
Yes. Any aspect of nature?
Daman, please respond to it. Param Rajveer is saying flower bloom.
Huh? Flower.
Yes.
Yes.
Flower bloom. And
Okay.
Utkarsh is saying sky.
So nice.
Aman Raj, oh, too many responses. Aman Raj is saying mountains, Gopika flowers, and Daman is again saying rain. Niharika is saying mountains, glaciers, according to Niharika, because it gives me pleasure. Devadharsini, the beauty of nature. Pallavi, your calligraphy work also reflects the meaning of Sundar.
Thank you very much. That's kind of you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Palak Kumari is saying the word of art. Aman Raj is saying river. And Nishma is saying nature. Aman Raj is saying animals. Yamya is saying sea, dolphins, and horizons. Utkarsh is again saying calmness.
Wow.
Calmness.
Superb. Yes, very nice. Yeah. So, now be careful, because this will be your challenge. Whatever you're saying, whether it's rain, whether it's a mountain, a sky, or the sun, moon, a flower, someone's face, someone's eyes, whatever, that will be your work. That is the work I'm expecting of you, using the letters belonging to that word. Sundar, that will be available to you, and I want each of you to create your own Sundar work. That the theme is Sundar, and each of you has to create something that gives the impression of Sundar as you understand it. So, and if you find it challenging, or you're finding it difficult or whatever, you let me know. But give it a try all the same. Believe you me, it is most exciting, it is addictive, and more importantly, it is an impression of who you are as an individual, as a unique individual, and it's not me, it's not any one of us. It's just each one is different from the other. And that is the beauty. You're looking at the same thing, but your perception is different because you are different. You think differently. And this is what I want to stress on. Like everyone, suppose you were asked to write a poetry on sun or whatever, on the moon. Everyone, if it's not a copy, if it is not a copy, quote unquote, copy nahi. So you will write something that is emanating from the depths of your being, something that's coming from inside you. And that's what we're looking at. So copy your inner self, not Google. Okay, this is something this is something that I want you to work on. And I guess we should end this session here. If there are any questions, anything you want to ask me, please do so. I'm ready to answer any question, any impressions you have.
Rashi Sharma is asking how to write Sundar in Urdu.
How?
To write Sundar in Urdu.
How to write Sundar in Urdu?
Yes, ma'am.
But why do you, so you want to graduate kind of instantly?
Since all the exams are being cancelled and students are being promoted directly, they are getting used to it.
Yeah. That's how it is. How does it feel as a student to get this, to not give exams?
Beautiful, ma'am. That's Sundar for us.
Ma'am, we are jealous of this year batch because we gave our boards.
Huh? What?
We are jealous of this year batch, class 12th and 10th, because we gave our boards.
I tell you.
Ma'am, Ashika is asking, like after 5th, she wants to learn. So how can she?
If you did you want to learn this or learn some other calligraphy? If you want to learn from me, I give individual classes, but I can also work. I mean, if there are some people who want to work in a group, we can look at that possibility also, and have classes like that. So yeah, so I have my studio actually in. I mean, I'm based in Delhi. Are you based in Delhi? No, there are people all over. So it has to happen online, I guess. Yeah, then it's not a problem. Yeah, that's the way to go. We can decide upon the number of classes in a week or whatever. And yeah, we can talk of this later once we're through with this. If you want to learn from me. But if you want to learn from learn calligraphy in some other way, you have to explore the net for that. Okay? Show it like this.
Yes, ma'am.
I like the flourishes that are possible, and I like to take long, good, happy strokes. So I feel that there is a great possibility that we can give it a try like that. And suppose I want to try both Hindi and Urdu together. Muni, can you just hold on for one more? Achha, okay, then come back. So I will now, I haven't done this before. I'm doing it right here. So I don't know what's coming. Okay. So yes. Are you able to see? Could you recognize the Hindi letters I was writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And the Urdu also? So now the Sundar will have that bindi. I made that big. I can make it even bigger. And that's exciting. because yeah, it's playing around with the shapes and having the freedom to do so and doing it in a manner that is complementing your thought process of who you are, how you're looking at things, and how are you feeling at a particular time when you create something. Okay? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mani. Yeah. So, any other questions? Anything else that you want me to?
And Myra wants to show her work to you.
Wants to?
Showcase
Show
her
her
work.
work.
Yeah. So you have to ensure, typically, right, in this case, you have to observe very carefully. The beginning of the stroke, the end of the stroke, the flourishes that come, or sometimes it's very static, sometimes very, there are vertical strokes, there are horizontal strokes, and slanted strokes, all of that. How they have been taken, what place have we given them, and where do they exist? And how are they saying what is being said? All of these are things that automatically start to happen once you start going in this direction. Once you start thinking like that, this is important. Now I see someone else also having written Anjam, but like I said, Anjam means the culmination. So what is culmination to you? Is it the sunset, for instance? Can you consider this to be the Anjam of the day, for instance? Okay. And okay, and now what, you've written Anjame. Why have you written Anjame? Who's this here? Harshini. Yeah. So all of this, from far, you are thinking of it as a petal, but actually it is a letter that has been used or created innovatively. So this is something that I want each of you to share with me, share with everyone who's present, so that we know what your mindset is and we know how much you've understood what we are trying to do here. But every day, again, be aware that, every day that we will do the basics, then start doing other things. This will also include questions that are, emanating, something that you're thinking about, some questions that you want answers to. I will be happy to reply, and I will be happy to help in the creative process, anything that you want to do, and if I can help in any way, I will be happy. And should you find this word difficult, I will give you the freedom to choose some other word, which is not your name, which is not a typical thing like that. Although there are some beautiful, beautiful names that, when I was reading, that's really beautiful. And so how will you interpret? It's about interpretation and your own interpretation of things. So it's exciting. Tell me, this process, how is this not exciting, or is it just too mundane, something that you're repeating? I want your responses to this. Hello? Is everyone around? Hello? I can't hear you actually.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Say something.
Gopika and Utkarsha, you can unmute yourself for answering if you want.
Who, me?
No, ma'am, the
Yes,
other.
ma'am, this class is very interesting for
Please talk a little louder. I can't hear you.
ma'am.
Oh, you want to show your work?
This I made from the Urdu letters.
What have you written here? And you have written Zay. Or I will give you the freedom. This is a good idea. If it is not really a word, but first exercise will be. Huh?
This I made from my own, not a word or a letter.
I can't hear you. Where does this come from?
I am sharing, ma'am. I am sharing some of the artwork students so that they can see that.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Now,
along.
yes. So now, when you look at it, what comes to your mind?
Ma'am, just
No, please bring back that image, please.
Okay, ma'am.
What do you want to say? Please say. I can't hear you.
Just I
What's her
made
name? Gopika. Hello, Gopika. I cannot hear you very well.
Madam, this I made for a fun with Urdu letters. This is not a word or a letter.
Please, can you ask her to talk a little
Yes,
louder, please?
ma'am, I can hear it. So what she says is that she just made it for fun. Whatever letters she liked, she actually collected it up and made the artwork out of it. So
Yes, that is one of the exercises that I'm going to ask you to do. Pick up your favorite shapes or the letters from your favorite friends, rather. I hope you've made friends with them, some of them. I want to know who are your friends, and I want you to work with them and share with everyone. Okay, then we will take it forward from there. Now, this image that you see, please, piche. Yeah, this one.
Tushar, the next one.
Okay, 1 minute. Sorry, ma'am. I am actually मैं उस पे था. Yeah, ma'am. Now you say this one, ma'am.
अच्छा कोई भी एक ही हाँ ये वाला. I am asking questions. What does this remind you? Tushar, may I ask you to keep that image?
Okay, this one.
Yeah. Yes.
This one, nah. Thank God. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so what impression do you get of this? I want responses.
Aman Raj is saying it's like a sword.
Like a sword. Oh, how interesting. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yes.
And
okay.
Utkarsha is saying peacock feathers. It's like peacock feathers.
Peacock feathers.
Yes, ma'am.
How interesting is that? Yeah. Okay.
For me, it looks somewhat like a sword. I think of it like a sword.
Yeah.
Mahira says it's Chandrabindu.
Chandrabindu. How interesting is that? So, wow. So, this is so interesting for me because it's my work and I wrote something completely different. Actually, in this image, you don't quite see the finer nuances that are part of this. You only see this kind of darker work. So there are also very light, subtle strokes that are part of this. Unfortunately, you don't get to see here in this image. So the word I wrote is suffer. Suffer is the journey. Whether it's a bird who takes up a journey, whether it's us taking a journey. So what you see here is actually, how do I show you this? not the tail, but the other side, you see it is sa. Actually, what we are seeing is not the right image. It's a mirror image. And I have written sa. And I augmented the line to give that impression. And inside you see the word written sa, because for me, every letter is like a living entity. They are my friends. But on the other side.
Ma'am, now it's fine. Mirror image.
No. Can you flip it? One more time. No, one more time. No. It should be the other way. We're not getting it. Anyways, I think it was the same case with the other images that you showed. For some reason, you only see the other side. Even the way I read Speak My K written, it was the other side and not the original. You don't get to see that. But if you can correct that, that would be nice, because we should see that side, right?
Anji ma'am, I shall try and get in touch. Like, I shall get in touch with you later.
Yes. So, like, going back to what I was saying, that, on one side, there are living entities like you and me. So they are my friends, my childhood friends, all these letters. On the other side, they are beautiful abstract forms that I'm drawn to, that I am very excited about, and I want to explore more possibilities as to how I can write them. So they work for me more both ways, as living entity, as my friends, at the same time, complementing with the element of design, as this any lipi can do, any script can do. So they work both for me, and it's most exciting to be able to do that, to use it as design and also as living entity. And the coming together of these two, and coming together of two scripts, is what is possible. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you can create, what you can do in a similar way, going with the same aim, and do something of this kind. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope I was able to answer many questions, and you are more satisfied than you were yesterday. I got to hear that. I was not very happy because I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to work together as one unit, and that everyone should enjoy. Like Tushar, every image that I see is, okay, now this one is, no, even this one,
okay,
it's the other side. It should be
mirror image. Okay, ma'am. I got the idea. I try out, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Thank you. Check this.
Yeah, even this one is like that.
Okay, this one is like
that. What you see on the left should be on the right. No.
ओके मैम, नो इशू। मैं बाद में एक बार आपसे पर्सनल करिए सही कर दूंगा।
जी, आप बाद में देख लीजिएगा।
पक्का मैम, डन।
मेरे ख्याल में अब ये वक्त हो गया मैं आज खत्म करने का, और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपको आज मजा आया होगा, या आपने कुछ मतलब whatever your impressions are, good or bad, let me know। और कुछ और आपके सवालात हैं, कुछ और आप सीखना समझना चाहते हैं, प्लीज मुझसे बताएं। और आप लोग मुझे शेयर कर दीजिए, तुषार, अनन्या and Fatima, any questions that are coming your way and that need answers, we can do the same as we did today. And I think that's the way to go. And I enjoyed my session with all of you. I hope you have. And if you haven't, I'm really sorry. And let's see, we can work something else and know how we can go about it. Of course, maximum pleasure you derive is through actually working. But don't be stuck to just that aspect. There's so many other things which are equally exciting. Now, getting to know things, getting to, like the tools somebody asked for, which is very important. It was good that she asked, and then we were able to do another demo and show that. So all of that is important. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing all of you tomorrow. Okay?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining in, teaching us more amazing stuff today. And विदा लेते हैं आपसे, कल फिर मिलेंगे. And request everyone to come with more creative ideas.
I am looking forward to that. It's right, because I want food for thought. I want to be inspired by you.
Yes. Yeah, just group photo. Yeah, just last thing left. Group, because anyone can bring their art nearby or can turn on the camera so that we can have a group photo, everyone.
Yes,
that and then we can go with the ending session.
Yes. ठीक है. हो गया? Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Take care, all of you. Much love.